It's cold and wet outside. It's the perfect time for a yellowtail cream fish soup. Oh my God, I love fish soups. There's something about them that just fills my belly and makes me feel so good inside. And you know what I'm talking about. You know, there's a few things you may or may not know about me. One is that I love to slurp my soup. Another is that I love homemade crunchy bread. And another thing is, I love to play with dead fish. And just one more thing, I love the Rams. My name is Yanni, this is Fisherman's Belly. And if you guys are interested in figuring out how to make a yellowtail cream corn soup, you've come to the right place, but you're gonna have to hold on. I need to finish this bowl first. All right, gang, for this yellowtail cream soup, we're actually gonna make a yellowtail fish stock. So we're already starting to catch yellowtail early this year, and if you catch a yellowtail like 15 pounds or less, that would be a perfect size for this fish stock in this dish. We're gonna make a very traditional fish stock. We're not gonna need a lot because we're gonna actually create 5 cups of fish stock and we're gonna put in 5 cups of milk. A traditional fish stock is always made with cold water. So the first thing we're gonna do is add 5 cups or 5.5 cups because we're gonna have to take into account some evaporation. 5.5 cups of cold water. And remember, if you've got a smaller yellowtail, it would be perfect. This was about a 12-pound yellowtail. There's a yellowtail head. Take a look at this. Now, a while ago, I had a yellowtail fillet video, and that's right up over here, how to fillet a yellowtail. And from that video, I saved this head, I froze it, and here it is. So it's gonna go into the fish stock. I've got the tail, that's gonna go into the fish stock. Pretty funny, huh? Okay, and we're gonna use some vegetables to make this fish stock. So I've got 1 carrot, it's a nice big one. I've got 2 stalks of celery. I've got a half an onion. And from my garden, I've got some fresh dill. So I'm putting some dill in here. Let's turn on the fire. We're gonna bring this to a boil, which will only take about 10 minutes, and put it to a simmer. And this is gonna cook in about 45 minutes. So now, I just need a pinch of salt, and we'll be tasting for salt a little later. There's some kosher salt. I'm gonna put some peppercorns in here. Probably a teaspoon of peppercorns. And that's it. I've got my yellowtail head, the carcass of the yellowtail, the back end, the tail, carrots, celery, my herbs, which are the dill and the onions. This is gonna come to a boil, and then we're gonna turn it down to a simmer. So this is gonna take a total of about 45 minutes. A half hour into it, I'm gonna actually start preparing part 2 of the soup. Time for part 2. Turn the fire on my soup pot there, my favorite soup pot. Okay, I'm gonna get 2 tablespoons of butter. There we go. I've got 1 diced onion. And I've got 4 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. Time to add a pinch of salt. And some cracked black pepper. Okay, now I'm gonna saute this for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add the milk. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, it smells so good already. Wow. Okay, so this will take about 5 minutes to start heating up, and after it warms up, then I'll add my fish stock in there. So this is working out perfect in terms of timing because the fish stock will have cooked for about 45 minutes. And don't forget, after your fish stock comes to a boil, you gotta bring it down to a simmer. And by the way, take a look at this. You gotta get a lid on there, otherwise you're gonna lose a lot in terms of evaporation. So you don't wanna lose a lot of fish stock. And if you do end up losing some fish stock from evaporation, just add some more hot water on top. All right, next I'm gonna add 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. And the flour is gonna be a thickening agent. Now, you're gonna need a whisk. As soon as I put the flour in there, I'm gonna be whisking because I don't want the flour to get lumpy. So it's important, have a whisk on standby and start whisking right away. 1, 2. Make sure that you whisk thoroughly and get all those lumps out. Okay, my milk is simmering. It's time to add the fish stock. Oh, that is done. Take a look at that. Wow. Okay. Put my strainer here. Okay, grab my fish stock and pour away. Almost forgot, you know, right now is a perfect time to taste this for saltiness. It needs a tad of salt. That should do it. Wow, I wish you guys were here. This smells so good. All right, now I'm gonna add an ingredient that I haven't even mentioned so far, and that is corn. I've got corn kernels. I've got a couple of bags of frozen corn kernels. After all, this is a Yellowtail cream soup, and how can you have a cream soup without corn? So let me go get the corn. 2 bags of 12 ounces of corn, a total of 24 ounces of corn. Time to prep the Yellowtail. So I've got 1 pound of Yellowtail fillets, and if you notice, they're on the thinner side, and actually these came from the tail section. All I have to do is cut this up into maybe 1-inch pieces and throw it in the soup. Here we go. We're at the last step, ladies and gentlemen. The Yellowtail. Oh my God. Perfect. And this will just take a couple minutes and this will be done. All done. Check this out. Oh my goodness, take a look at that. Oh boy. Wow. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Let's garnish this with a little bit of dill. I've got some homemade bread in the toaster. I'm getting ready to sit down and eat. I am telling you guys, this is a super simple soup. A cream of Yellowtail with corn soup. Easy to make. Bring home a whole Yellowtail and make this soup. If you guys have any questions about this recipe, ask them down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon. And I hope you get a chance to make this soup and enjoy it, especially on these cold, rainy nights. My name is Yanni, this is Fisherman's Belly. Thanks for spending time with me today, and we'll see you guys on the next one.